Hey everyone, I'm Kristen, the cross stitching runner, and welcome back to my Flosstube channel. Today is Friday the 2nd of July, and I just want to say hello and welcome to all returning viewers and subscribers, and welcome to anyone new who's coming to watch, and thank you so much to all of the new subscribers to my channel. Thank you. So I also just want to say that I'm recording on Friday the 2nd of July because my partner and I, my boyfriend and I, we've decided to cancel our trip up to Queensland because in the days leading up to Thursday, yesterday, when we were due to fly out to Brisbane from Canberra, there was some reports in our local news or even the New South Wales news report saying that there were some local cases up in Brisbane and the Gold Coast, which is an area of Queensland in the southeast corner of the state where we're going to be staying, and the Queensland Premier decided that for some of the local areas of Brisbane and the surrounding area that they were going to go into lockdown for about 3 days, starting from about 6 p.m. on the Wednesday evening, so I think that was the 30th of June, and tonight at 6 p.m, so Friday the 2nd of July, Brisbane people and the Gold Coast area and that were due to come out of lockdown. So to the best of my knowledge, the Gold Coast area will be coming out of lockdown, but Brisbane will be potentially remaining in lockdown for maybe a few extra days. And in the lead up to today, the event organisers for the fun run that I was going to be in, they decided that it would be better to cancel the event, and the organisers have sent emails around to all participants giving us options of what we could do for our entrance and that kind of thing. So we have the option of participating in a virtual event. So that would mean, since I'm here in Canberra, for example, I could still make an effort of mapping out a 5-kilometre course if I want, or actually running 5 kilometres on a treadmill, or whatever means is suitable for me. I then would record it with whatever app I have on my phone to say, okay, I've done the 5 kilometres, this is the time that I got, and that can be registered to say that, hey, that's the virtual run that I did. And the other option is I could say that I want my entry to be like going to like a placeholder kind of thing, rolled over to the next year's event. Hopefully it goes ahead, because I hadn't realised properly that last year's event got cancelled as well because of what we're all experiencing with the pandemic. So the third option is to just get as much of a refund as I practically can, and I need to put through the paperwork, but I've decided that I'll try and get my entrance fee, whatever the wording, rolled over into next year's event in the hope that it does go ahead. And when my boyfriend and I had decided that we wouldn't go ahead with our holiday, we then got in contact with the airlines and accommodation people and all to say, look, we need to cancel our holiday due to unforeseen circumstances. And the accommodation people who I booked through were fantastic. I sent them an email as well as going through the regular means to cancel the booking, and they've given me credit for a time hopefully later in the year, or actually no, hopefully later in the year. I'm going to remain hopeful on this one and positive on this one, that we can go for a holiday later in the year. I'm hoping not too much later, because up in Queensland in the summertime it gets really hot and humid, and I have experienced that before, and for me it's not my cup of tea. I don't enjoy it much. I'm very much used to the Canberra climate in summer, where we get very dry heat, and it's quite rare for us to get a humid heat. That said, that's sort of the update there. The main thing about this channel though is about cross stitch, and one of the things I'm really excited to share with all of you is that I have a SAF with a double F. So that is a start and finish, but this one is a fully finish. So this one is the very first fully finished Flosstube Made Me Do It series, and so this is it. So I started this on Wednesday evening at about 7 o'clock or so in the evening after dinner, and I stitched for the majority of yesterday from about 9 a.m. through to about 8:30 p.m. with a few breaks in between, and all the rest. This is stitched on 14 count Ada, and it's stitched in DMC threads of 310 and 666. And with the pattern, my intention was to actually have it charted to have the word made in red, but for the life of me I haven't been able to properly figure that one out. It's a learning curve I need to do. So this is a really quick stitch, and I actually finished this one off this morning, and I was lucky enough to be able to pop down the road. So it's a short walk for me down to the local shops, to our local doll store, and I got this frame. It's a plastic frame, and the frame is, what is it? It is 6 inches by 8 inches. Sorry, I was looking at a sheet behind me to look for what the measurements for the frame is. So this sort of works out to being in centimeters, 18 centimeters by 12 centimeters. And this pattern is available on the Hot Cross Stitching website, and so I'll just put this out of the way. So this is the cover page for the pattern, and I'm really happy with how this has come out in terms of the cover page, not in the printing context. I do admit that the ink for the pink, it is running out, it is running low, so hopefully that doesn't hinder your decision to go and purchase it. It's only $5, $5 Australian dollars. So there, I have plans for more installments. If you've seen some of my previous episodes, you'll hopefully have seen some of the other pictures that I finished, but I haven't fully finished, and I've got a few ideas of how I'm going to work it. I haven't quite fully figured it out. I'll get there. It's okay. Okay, so the next thing I want to share with you is some whips that I've been working on for most of June, aside from all of this Flosstube Made Me Do It kind of thing. And the first one I want to share with you is the Blue Mountains walking trail, and I will include a picture of what it will look like on somewhere. And this one I'll hopefully also try and include a picture of what it looked like last time. Okay, hopefully this comes up. Hopefully I'll get this around the right way. Yep, okay. Okay, so this is where I'm up to now, and I'm stitching this on 25 count easy count. So the red squares are the 20 by 20, and I'm doing this 1/1 full cross, and yeah, this has actually turned out, I'm really liking how this is turning out and the progress that I'm making on this. I'm really enjoying it, and I feel guilty that I haven't done more work on it. I feel like I should have done more work because I've been paying a lot more attention to some new designs like the one that you've just seen. And that said, I like how this is going and I want to see more because I'm starting to see some of the trees coming to life. The more that I fill it in, this one is really confetti heavy, and I'm really enjoying using Pattern Keeper for this one. So that's that one. The next one is the Gunduroo Mini Mushrooms. So this one also is my own design. Sorry, just getting this back on up again. So what I also need to mention, and you'll hopefully have seen in the cover page, that this is one of my own designs. It's available on the Hot Cross Stitching website under the cross stitch patterns. It's a full coverage project and it is fully compatible with Pattern Keeper, and majority of the all of this is in DMC thread. Also, majority of the colours in this project are also in the Gunduroo Mini Mushrooms, which is this one. Okay, so I'll just move back a little bit so you can hopefully see what's going on. Okay, so I'm halfway through this project and I've been focusing mostly on the bottom of the project. So you can hopefully see where the hoop has been, and I'm really happy with how this is coming along. I feel like this is almost getting close to a finish, even though I'm only halfway done. And the good thing is there's a nice balance of confetti and solid colours, or solid blocks, sorry. So yeah, I'm just enjoying it. There's not really a lot more that I can say on this one at the moment. It's all DMC, and I am stitching this actually using a paper pattern, but it is fully compatible with Pattern Keeper if you do choose to purchase the pattern. Okay, so they're it for my works in progress for the month of June, and now that we're in very early stages of July, I can now actually make a start on the two numbers that have been called for July as far as WIP Go is concerned. So WIP Go is works in progress as far as WIP, and the Go part is based upon the bingo board. So WIP Go, and the numbers that got called up for me meant that I need to work on the black and white rolled up daisy picture that I'll include, hopefully up on the screen somewhere. The pattern is also available on the Hot Cross Stitching website, and this is where I'm up to at the moment. I haven't done any work on it for this month so far, but this is a full coverage project and I'm stitching this on 14 count black Ada. And with this project, if you did want to purchase it, rather than doing the full crosses that you're seeing in the background here, you could, if you wanted to, do half stitch or 10th stitch, or you could even choose not to stitch it at all and actually get a lot of the petal here to actually really pop and stand out. So yeah, that's definitely your choice on that one. And actually this is 18 count, not 14 count, my apologies. So this is going to be a good size project. It's fully compatible with Pattern Keeper, and there actually aren't too many colours with this one. And what I also really like with this project is that the colours that are in this picture are are quite similar to some of the other projects that I'm working on that aren't mine, but I'll talk about them really soon as part of my plans. So this is project one for one of my projects for July as part of WIPGO. I also want to note that with WIPGO, this is actually something that was created by Jessie Marie. Her Flosstube is Jessie Marie Does Stuff. She's also on Instagram, and she's very active on Instagram, so definitely go check her out. And you'll also find WIPGO on Facebook as well. There's a group there, and it is absolutely wonderful seeing everyone's pictures coming to life, seeing the achievements people have made, or progresses even that they've made with their projects, and it is absolutely wonderful. So the second project that's being called up for July is 12 Days of Christmas. Now this is a project that I started potentially a couple of years ago. I can't remember exactly. And this is actually a pattern out of a book. Bear with me for a moment. I have the book around here somewhere. Hang on. My apologies. Okay, so the 12 Days of Christmas is out of this magazine book thing. It's called The World of Cross Stitching, and it's Ultimate Cross Stitch Christmas, Volume 19, 20 from the year 2018, and the 12 Days of Christmas. It should be in this one. I'm 90% sure it's this one. I swear. Here we are. Okay, so this is 12 Days of Christmas. Sorry for the glare. Okay, so this is what it will look like when it's finished, and this is designed by Rona Norrie, and this project looks absolutely stunning on the navy blue fabric, and this particular project was finished or stitched on 24 count navy even weave, and it's measuring 46 by 29 centimeters, which equates to 18 by 11 and a half inches. There is looks like there's probably going to be some, yeah, there's definitely backstitch and such to get the outline. So with that in mind, this is where I'm up to so far. So I am stitching this on, I think it's 25 count, but rather than it being the navy blue, I've decided to go with this one just to see how things go. I don't remember what the colours are or anything like that. I don't know. I don't quite remember where I got it from, but I'm stitching all of this in DMC colours, and I've started in the middle just to see how things go. I've had this rolled up for a fair while, so that's why we're seeing the crease lines like they are. So I'm stitching this 2 over 2, and this could actually end up being a mistake, but I hope it all goes well. And I reckon actually the timing of this particular project being called up is actually really cool, because I did a fair bit of work on this project in July last year, maybe December last year, but it was around the sort of Christmas time thing, and I was trying to get into the mood of Christmas in July and all the rest, and yeah, this one hopefully will be alright. It's got fractional stitches, and and all the rest in it, but it'll be okay. It'll be alright. Okay, so they're all my whips, and most of my plans for July. And the next part of this Flosstube episode is my haul, and I'm combining this in a bit with potential plans. So I've actually printed out some of the cover sheets of some patterns that I bought as part of Heaven and Earth's recent 50% off sale that they hadn't as of today, the 2nd of July. They might still be having the sale. I don't know exactly. I had just seen on one of the Facebook groups that someone was talking about, or not talking about, sorry, had shared a post saying that hey, they're having a 50% off, and I couldn't resist. I really couldn't. So what I'll do, because my printer is running out of some colours, I'll also include the proper cover pages as we see them up on the screen in comparison with what we're seeing in terms of the printout, just so you can actually fully appreciate what it is I purchased. So the first one I purchased is Scaredy Cats, and when I was actually taking a closer look at this cover page, I realised that it's actually a fairly small pattern, and it's not even a mini. This one's like a full size kind of project. But what I need you all to appreciate is that there's actually quite a lot of purple in this project, and it actually had me thinking that I could almost get away with stitching on maybe some purple fabric and do the background in tent stitch, and then do the kittens and the pumpkin in full cross. I don't know how my brain would go with that in terms of switching between the two stitches, because I know Heaven and Earth designs, they're beautiful, and for me to do a Heaven and Earth design in tent combined with full cross, it would just play with my head too much, and I'd have to do one or the other, not both. So this one's artwork, as we've seen, by Jeff Haynie, or Haynie. I hope I've pronounced it correctly. My apologies if I haven't. Okay, so that's one possibility. And the next one I bought, actually, this particular one, I actually did not buy it as part of the recent sale, but it is something that is on my to-do list. I don't know if I'll actually start it this month or not, but it may actually be something that I'll start maybe in December this year. Okay, so this one is Sad Koala, and it has special meaning for a lot of us Australians, and hopefully many people from overseas. So this particular pattern was designed and released as part of a commemoration for what's known in Australia as the Black Summer of 2019-2020. We had some of the worst bushfires Australia has seen for a long time. Pretty much most of Australia was on fire, and it just kept going and going. We didn't know when it was going to actually finish, and a lot of the koalas and many other native wildlife and introduced species and such were severely impacted by it. And if I do make a start on Sad Koala, hopefully I'm not enthused too much for it. That's all I can say. It's just so sad. but things are regenerating. They've been regenerating really well for a long time now, and it'll be okay. It'll be alright. Okay, this next one I have actually made a start on earlier this year, and it's the mini Seahorse. And I actually bought this one during the last Heaven and Earth Design 50% off sale, and as a comparison, I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to coordinate this very well. Actually, this is my tiny start. So I'm doing this 1/1 full cross, all DMC colours on, I think I'm doing this on 25 count fabric. The difference for this project, so I'll just see if I can hold this up. I don't even know where I'm actually stitching as far as the project is concerned. There we are. Okay, so I've actually started stitching this project in the middle of the fabric, and the reason why I've done it is the way the project has been designed. So there are quite a few pages where it's a mixture of two colours. So for example, it might be for two stitches it'll be one colour, then it'll be one stitch in one colour, then you switch it. Yeah, it's something based upon the way that the design has been, and I've decided that I just want to focus on the actual horse and the seashells and such around it, rather than the background of the actual fabric, or not fabric, type of paper it may have initially been sketched on. And that's where I wanted to just really highlight the seahorse, and yeah, really appreciate it, because it's a beautiful design. It's beautiful artwork. Okay, so that's that one. Just get this out of the way. Okay, so this next picture I'd also purchased as part of Heaven and Earth Designs 50% off sale a while ago. Actually, it might not have been part of its sale. I had purchased this I think at the start of this year, and I was actually contemplating starting this for my birthday in February, because I have a keen or strong interest in tarot cards and astrology and all of that sort of theme, and this is why I was drawn to this particular project. And I'm actually similar to the mini seahorse picture that I showed before. What I'm planning on doing with this one is to actually stitch this on black fabric. It'll most likely be the recommended 25 count black fabric, or not recommended black, but recommended 25 count. And what my aim is to actually focus on the actual cat and the board that we see at the bottom of where the cat is. And for me, it's just to try and avoid how much black I'm actually going to be stitching. And I guess once I actually start stitching, my plans may change. I may find that by not stitching the black, it's potentially doing it an injustice, and I'll have to get over my headspace of feeling black as being a bit of a depressive kind of colour. So we'll wait and see how things go, but I was just really drawn to this one. And what also drew me to this project was a while ago, earlier this year, I'd had this crazy dream about where a part of the dream was this black cat had jumped up onto the bonnet of the car that I was driving, and it had these really piercing, amazing emerald green eyes, and in its own animal cat way, it was trying to stop me from leaving. And the other part of this dream that I vividly remember is I'd hit the brakes because I didn't want to hit the cat. It jumped because it had jumped up on the bonnet. Then it jumped up onto the roof of the car and walked across it. And then I remember hearing these scratch marks of like claw marks going down the back of the car, and it just, yeah, it was really distinctive. And so I wanted to try and find a cross stitch pattern that has almost like just that sort of narrow part across there, just focusing on the green eyes and the black cat and all the rest. So that's what drew me to that pattern. So the next one, so I've got about two more that I want to share with all of you. Okay, so the printout of this cover page does not do this particular project justice, and I have seen a few people on Flosstube sharing their progress on this type of picture, because there's actually quite a few A Stitch in Time bookshelves. But yeah, I fell in love with the colours of this project, and I'm in full admiration of everyone who is stitching this picture, whether it be the mini or the full-blown, full colours giant project that it's going to be. But it is beautiful. I just love the colours, and I hope that the picture I'm sharing with you as well, as far as the digital image, it looks phenomenal. It really looks amazing. So the last one that I want to share with you that I want to stitch on, whether it be this month or in times to come, I don't know, is the dog bookshelf. This one I love. I was umming and ahhing and contemplating to just get some of the individual book spines that have these dogs on them, but I couldn't make a firm decision on choosing just one or two of them, because all of these puppies are adorable, and I mean, I love them. I love the dogs, and when I do start stitching on this, I'll also be thinking of all of my doggy loving family and friends for this one, because this one is just too cute. This one is just awesome. So that's pretty much it in terms of my new starts, my new finishes and fully finishes, things that I've been working on, and my plans. And I hope you've all liked what you've seen, and thank you for listening to me for my grumbles about not being able to travel and all the rest. So hopefully in times to come I'll be able to travel. So if you have liked what you've seen, please like and subscribe. If you have any questions about what you've seen in this episode, or you have any other general kind of questions relating to cross stitch and that kind of thing, by all means drop me a line, leave a comment, or whatever method you're comfortable with, because you can also contact me via my blog, which is The Cross Stitching Runner, and I'm also contactable via my website. Why I had a blank on that, I don't know. So via my website of Hot Cross Stitching, and until untie the tongue. Until next time, I hope you all have a lot of fun, time sitting down, relaxing and stitching, and I hopefully I'll see you all maybe in a week, maybe 2 weeks, and I'll hopefully have a lot more to share with all of you. So happy stitching, and I'll catch you all later. Hey everyone, I'm just jumping back in again. I forgot to show you some more haul. So there were some more patterns that I purchased as part of the Heaven and Earth Design 50% off sale, and I didn't print the cover sheets off for these patterns because of the toner running out for one of the colours, and it just wasn't going to do some of these patterns justice. So the first one that I want to show all of you that I purchased is one called Shrooms, and this one's designed by John Shannon. And what really attracted me to this pattern is it's got this sort of mystical Halloween kind of look about it, and I'll probably end up going a bit batty with it because of the different shades of green that are in it, some of the blues and such, but I just love how cool this pattern looks, and I was just excited and wanted to share that with you. The next one that I want to share with you is one called the Black, and this one's probably going to drain energy out of me because because of the amount of black colours or dark colours that are going to go into this project. And with this one, it'll probably be quite similar to the black cat picture that I showed you earlier, where it's the black cat that's sitting or overlooking the Ouija board, and it's got the dark background. So I'll probably do a similar thing for this project, where I'll stitch it on black fabric and just focus on the actual horse and its mane forelock, and not worry about stitching the background because it's probably going to be a bit too intense for me and a bit draining. However, I'm also contemplating, as I'm looking at this picture as well, thinking that because of this project being charted on such a dark background, that it could almost actually be nice to stitch it on a completely different colour. So not black fabric, but maybe something completely different. I don't know. I'm initially thinking purple, but then I'm also in my mind's eye thinking of some of the other fabrics that I've got in my collection. So they could be almost like a pink or an orange or anything really, because it's going to be a black horse. It's just going to make any colour it's stitched on just pop and look stunning. So if you actually, as a curiosity, if you have an idea of what fabric, like what colour fabric I should stitch it on, leave a comment below if you can. So I'm just curious about what your thoughts are there. So the next project that I'm going to work on, or eventually work on, is one called The Reader. Now, The Reader is one that I did buy a while ago, probably around the same time as the black cat that is overlooking the Ouija board. And this Reader was one that I was probably gonna really keen to stitch on for my birthday in February. So pretty much the same as what I said about the black cat with overlooking the Ouija board. I love tarot cards. I find them fascinating, and I admire people who have that special intuitive sense and ability to be able to not only understand what the cards are saying, but also pick up on any special vibes that are happening in the atmosphere that us average Joes aren't aware of or may not be aware of. And I just love this whole tarot card side of things, and that's what drew me to this project that has the artwork by Lisa Parker. So they're just the three projects I just wanted to show you in terms of patterns that I purchased. And this time, for real, I'm signing off, and this definitely is Flosstube episode 6, and next time it should be episode 7. And if I get the numbering for that one wrong, I do need to go back to school and learn how to count, but that's a different story. So until next time, definitely catch you all later. Bye.